who, when I was commentating yesterday, when I mentioned he went off in qualifying practice but fixed things on the verge and came back to a good position. And look where he is now, leading this race from Martin Steinitz and Andreas Bachmann, the world number 2 at this level, in 3rd place. Pascal Marshall 4th. Josh Hart, the evergreen Kiwi, in 5th place. Luca Munaretto, who started on pole position, goes through 6th. 7th, Adam Lindstrom. 8th, Nathan Tigani. 9th, Cosimo Durante. He drove well in yesterday's race. And Yuri Alves of Brazil completes the top 10. We lost Pascal Carigier of Switzerland at the start. So we've broken our run of drivers. Well, a good scrap at the front here with Christian Sorensen holding off this narrow advantage from Martin Steinitz. Just having to do a little technical work here. Hope that the pictures that you're getting are to your satisfaction. We're certainly not going to stop watching the racing here. It's a good race at the front. Christian Sorensen of Denmark holding a narrow lead. Oh, and Jeff Kingsley with our helmet cam has come to grief, and that is a shame. That's a shame. KART 312 is the driver he's involved with, which is Eduardo Avila of Chile. So Jeff Kingsley and Eduardo Avila of Chile having a come together in the mid-20s positions. Christian Sorensen leads as we set off on lap 4 in front of Martin Steinitz. It's a long way back to Andreas Bachmann 3rd. That's Josh Hart now up to 4th place. Pascal Marshall running 5th. But let's stay with this front running too, because there's no question about it. Martin Steinitz in 2nd place is not just going to sit there. Christian Sorensen has got a satisfactory lead of a full kart length, but Martin Steinitz, that exaggerated body inclination, to try to get an advantage, trying to mount a challenge. Christian Sorensen leading Martin Steinitz on lap 4 by at times a kart length, at other times no more than a cigarette paper's width. Still have cigarette papers, never smoked rolling around. Here we go, there's the move by Martin Steinitz. Can he consummate it? Martin Steinitz then making that move. This is the half race distance being commenced. It's not the half race distance, it's the commencement of lap 5, not the completion of lap 5. So Martin Steinitz having gone past Chris Sorensen. Chris Sorensen now looking for the move past. Chris Sorensen doing now what Martin Steinitz was doing, which is following in the close wheel tracks. Maybe the lead is a whisker more than a full kart length at times. So Martin Steinitz, the Latvian, looking to kick away from here if he can. Kart number 351. This is his 6th grand final and his 15th season in karts. He's the Latvian champion, Baltic champion, and 6-time Rotax World Grand finalist. Oh, and there's that a South African race suit I saw just over there on the side of the track. The drivers not circulating include our own Canada's Jeff Kingsley, who was carrying our helmet cam. And yes, Martin Steinitz has pulled significantly away from Chris Sorensen. The margin between them 0.4 of a second, although having said that, Sorensen fighting back. So at the half race distance, Martin Steinitz had a lead over Chris Sorensen. Josh Hart had moved up to 3rd place. Cosimo Durante of Italy was very impressive coming from the back yesterday. Doing so again into 4th. Andreas Bachmann, who had been up in 3rd place, I think, in 5th now. And Lindstrom of Sweden in 6th. Nathan Tigani, who had some issues earlier on yesterday, going well in this one in 7th place. Munaretto, who started on pole position, running 9th. Barry Pullinger just outside the top 10 in 11th place. Kasparitz Gasparovic completing the top 10 at number 10. Senna Noor of Indonesia 12th. And one or two drivers now. Nicola Trolesi of Italy not circulating. Pascal Carigier of Switzerland, I don't think. Ville Vilainen of Finland definitely gone. Jeff Kingsley we know has gone. And Alberto Catucci of Brazil not racing. So we're only going to have something like about 30 finishers in this one. Huge surprise for me, Harold Scott Cacklis, who was enormously impressive in the preliminaries here, running in 30th place at the moment. So something gone seriously wrong for him on his last lap. He did 1 minute 42.1 on his last lap, when most of the drivers are doing 61 seconds. Harold's has had a 102 seconds lap. So something happened there for the Russian driver, or the Latvian now racing on a Russian license. 2/3 race distance then, and Christian Sorensen, who lost the lead to Martin Steinertz, has not let the Latvian get away. This is the start of lap 8 of 10. Martin Steinertz not looking vulnerable to a challenge at the moment, but Chris Sorensen, well, not looking vulnerable to a challenge, says I. I am wrong again, because Chris Sorensen was measuring the angles, just eased off a fraction, had a look, and then came strong, took the benefit of the draft, and Christian Sorensen back in the lead over Martin Steinertz. It's lap 8. Well, I'm sure that our television producer, Andreas Holsteiner, is going to say we stay with these two because it's good racing. Let's have a look at that change of position again. Christian Sorensen just seeing the gap a little bit wider than Martin Steinertz would have essentially left. And Chris Sorensen then, both of them with a predominantly white helmet, but Chris Sorensen more so. Both of them with a predominantly red race suit, but Martin Steinertz more so. Coming round to complete lap 8. 2 laps to go. Who's going to win this one from here? The advantage held by the Dane, Christian Sorensen. Martin Steinertz of Latvia in 2nd place. Martin Steinertz in kart number 351. 6 times at the Grand Finals. 1.5 laps remaining because we're on the infield technical section now. Is Christian Sorensen pulling away for a seminal moment in the race? Not just leading it, but pulling away from Martin Steinertz. Martin Steinertz must now be thinking, if I'm going to win this race, I've got to do something really soon and really dramatic, closing up a little bit. I know our television cameras can foreshorten distances, but I think Martin Steinertz is closing a little bit. But Christian Sorensen, you would think, ought to win this from here. And here comes the Dane. Christian Sorensen dips his head, takes the last lap board, not going to win it. I thought for a moment we're on the last lap. Takes the last lap board in his stride. And Martin Steinertz, I think, I'm trying to read the body language of Martin Steinertz, which is telling me that he thinks he's beaten in this one. I don't mean that in a negative sense, i.e. not trying, just mean it in the sense that I can't believe that there's a lot more that can be done. Apologies that I was calling that as a last lap previously. But the same situation as applied. Oh, now, always read into body language. And one of the things that I've learned from watching races near the end, when you look over your shoulder in quick succession, it alerts the guy behind you more so than he might otherwise have done. So now I'm going to change my tack now that Chris Sorensen is doing that and say to you, has there been an opportunity for Martin Steinertz? No, the answer is no. I think Martin did know, as I called first time round on my false finish, that he knew. We had a little bit of an acknowledgement from both of them. Christian Sorensen wins it. Martin Steinertz second. Good drive by Cosimo Durante, but we stayed with the front running two correctly. Adam Lindstrom in 4th place. Josh Hart 5th. Josh Hart, I think, got up to 3rd at one point, so he might be disappointed with 5th. Good drive by Nathan Tigani into 6th. Pascal Marshall 7th. Andreas Bachmann, who was running 3rd at one time, finished 8th. Kristaps Gasparovic of Latvia in 9th place. and Yuri Alves of Brazil completing the top 10. Our pole sitter Luca Monaretto finished outside the top 10 in 11th place. Here's the graphics confirming Christian Sorensen's victory over Martin Steinert's. Cosimo Durante. Oh dear, I think we're looking at the through the backdrop is the camera, helmet camera of Jeff Kingsley. Oh bless him. Never mind. These things happen. Cosimo Durante 3rd, Adam Lindstrom 4th, Josh Hart 5th, Nathan Tigani 6th, Pascal Marcel 7th, Andreas Bachmann 8th, Kristaps Gasparovic 9th, Yuri Alves completing the top 10. Luca Monaretto, the poleman, 11th. Tsai Cheng Yang has come in 19th place, a good drive by him. Tsai Cheng Yang is kart 356 and he's from Taiwan. Good to see the Taiwanese getting a good result. So, we put a helmet camera on Jeff Kingsley. Oh, sorry, it's on the body of the car. Of course it is. I was saying it was on the helmet. Because we wanted some track action. This wasn't really what we wanted to see. It's commiserations to Jeff. So, we have 2 more races before our lunch break, and these are for the youngsters, the Micromax and Minimax drivers, coming up next. Thank you for joining us here at Sarno. You're not going to miss a moment's action. We're bringing all the competitive action of the day. Well, the Micromax youngsters coming out, and it's an all-Dutch front row. Robert de Haan and Chris Hannon, both from the Netherlands, on the front row. They finished, well, Chris was 3rd and Robert 4th in the first race. Lorenzo Cioni not of Italy, sounds Italian, but he's from France. James Igozzi from the United States on row 2. Santiago Falve on row 3. He is from Hungary, and he won the race yesterday. James Igozzi of the United States was 2nd yesterday. Daniel Sugar of Hungary, Bartolomew Pikotowski of Poland complete the top 10 on row 5. Well, just have to tell you, those of you that, as Alexis Arahu walks past us, we don't have our live timing running presently. We are working to get that back for you guys. A real apology that that has broken down. We have had some technical issues here in Italy during that last race. And what we will do, I will try even more in my verbal commentary to give you the information that you need. I'll look well to the timing screen that's available to me. Row 15 there, my Sada, the only girl in the Micromax race. My Sada on row 15, she's from Slovakia. So apologies to you all. We are working to get that right. We've got 2 more races this morning, the Micromax Heat 2, the Minimax Heat 2. We'll try and get that back on song for you, but please stay with us. We will do our best for you. Big apology for that. Well, some of these kids look cute, don't they? And I have to remind you, they're either 8, 9 or 10 years of age. So they really are youngsters. A reminder that our first race yesterday was won by Santiago Valve, who's going to start on row 3. Second was James Igosi of United States, who started on row 2. Then the 2 Dutch lads who started on the front row. Chris Herman was 3rd, Robert de Haan was 4th. Marius Christensen of Denmark was 5th. Well, there's that all-Dutch front row of Robert de Haan, 21 on pole, and Chris Haanen, kart number 20 in the off-pole position. Robert de Haan, supported by Indy Dontje, Karting Centrum Lillestad. Indy Dontje, who raced with us in Rotax classes for several years with a lot of success, now doing an awful lot to bring on young Dutch talent from his academy. Well done, Indy. If you tuned in, thanks, mate. Thanks for all you've done. So here we go. Robert de Haan on the left, Chris Haanen on the right. It's a 6-lap race. Robert de Haan holding the early advantage. Chris Haanen getting through, and that was James Igosi of the United States going through into 3rd place. So, let's have a look. 21 in the lead is definitely the pole man, Robert de Haan. And his front row colleague, Chris Harnan, definitely still in second place. James Igosi lost a place there in kart number 72. He drops back to third place. Finished second yesterday, as I mentioned. Can't just identify. I think it's 22. Lorenzo Cioni in third place. Yes, it is. So let me give you the call as I see it. Robert de Haan 1, Chris Harnan 2, Lorenzo Cioni 3, James Igosi in fourth place on the opening lap of this 6-lap Heat 2 for the Micromax youngsters, 8 to 10 years of age. And the two Dutch lads pulling away a little bit, aren't they? Chris Harnan putting some pressure on Robert de Haan. The Santiago Valve, the winner, is now yesterday has moved up from 5th to 3rd. There is Santiago Valve, kart number 23. So the two Dutch lads leading. Robert de Haan in first place, Chris Harnan second, Santiago Valve in third place. James Igosi, who we featured, does drop back to 6th. So, the two Dutchmen, Dutch boys, Dutch lads, they've just seen a great series of races involving Dutch lads, none more so than Dennis Kroos's great drive, albeit in the end he, I think, finished 5th or 6th, I think. Oh, and the bunny hop. Never seen bunny hops since I left seeing Micromax and Minimax in the United States, where it was very, very frequently found. But we got a bunny hop there. Right at the front, we've got a great race between these two Dutch lads. Whether this is a conspired effort for them both to teamwork with each other to pull clear of everybody, I don't know. But whatever the score, the Mexican photographer in shot there, just to the right, coming round towards the end of the second lap. And our pole sitter, Robert de Haan, still holding a narrow advantage from Chris Harnan. Surprised to see Santiago Valvo pass by Adrian Malheiro of Portugal, who's now third, although I did say yesterday, surprised that Adrian Malheiro didn't do better yesterday, because in non-qualifying practice, Adrian Malheiro, kart 41, was consistently strong. Twice top of a non-qualifying practice session, once I think third of a non-qualifying practice session. Well, in today's race is now running third in front of yesterday's winner Santiago Valve. Kart number 41 is the driver I'm speaking of, the one in shot now coming towards us, but he's pulling away a little bit too, isn't he? Pulling away from Santiago Valve. So clearly Santiago Valve's got nothing wrong with him if he was capable of winning yesterday's race. But 20 and 21 have swapped places, because Chris Harnan has gone in front of Robert de Haan. Chris Harnan now, the Dutch lads having their scrap at the front, has produced a passing move, while we were looking at a passing move a little bit further behind them. Half race distance, 3 laps gone, 3 to go, 3 down, and another bunny hop. You don't see that with the seniors and the DD2 guys, but you do see it with the youngsters, doing that little bump up and drop down. I have been told that that was going to be banned as being something fairly dangerous, but I don't think that ever happened. Yesterday's winners, Santiago Valve running 6th now. Yesterday's second place driver James Igosi running 4th. The two Dutch lads from the front row 1 and 2, and Adrian Malheiro of Portugal in 3rd place. The top 5 were completed by Luka Bodanovic of Argentina. Well, Lorenzo Cioni in kart 22 down in 8th place, the Frenchman with the Italian name. He was running 3rd or 4th, certainly no lower than 4th at one time this morning, but slipped back down to 8th at the half race distance. So, coming round, there's 41, Adrian Moreno in that very safe 3rd place at the moment, but then what you get normally in Micromax racing, a train, and again the little bunny hops, not so exaggerated as the first one I saw. This is the start of lap 5. Chris Harnan leading Robert de Haan by 0.09 of a second. In other words, very, very, very little in it in time terms. De Haan and Harnan, 1 and 2. Maliero, what I would call a safe third, but then in fourth place, some good scrapping. Diego Larac fourth, Bodanovic fifth, Valve sixth, Igosi seventh, Cioni eighth, Daniel Katic ninth, and Daniel Sugar in 10th place. 1.5 laps remaining. More bunny hopping by Adrian Maliero, isn't he? He's not satisfied with third place. If I can just get a bit quicker, I can catch those two Dutch guys. There he goes again. But the two Dutch guys are pulling each other on. So, Adrian Maliero in kart 41 for Olga Sune Riccio. So, 1 lap remaining. Last lap. 1 lap remaining. The Dutch lads look as if they're going to finish 1 and 2. They finished 3rd and 4th previously. So, De Haan and Haanen. Haanen is 20, De Haan is 21. Which of them's going to take the victory? Yesterday in the race it was Chris Haanen 3rd and Robert De Haan 4th. Right now 21 is Robert De Haan in the lead. Robert De Haan leading from Chris Hahn. Does Chris Hahn wait till late for a late move, or does he go whenever the move comes? Adam Malheiro of Portugal in that safe third play. Oh, and still bunny hopping. Well, what are the Dutch lads going to do? This doesn't look like a team effort. This looks like every driver from his own best perspective. In the technical section in the midfield here at Sarno in southwest Italy, into the Serpentine, sweeping round onto the home straight then. These are the Dutch guys. It's going to be 21, Robert De Haan to win it. Robert De Haan wins it. Chris Hahn second, Adrian Maliero third, James Igosi fourth, Santiago Valve fifth, Lucas Bodanovic in 6th place from Argentina, Marius Christensen Denmark 7, Daniel Gatic 8, Daniel Sugar 9, and Diego Larocque from the United States completing the top 10 at number 10. Well, good race, guys, good race, lads, well done, well done. And I think 35 starters and 35 finishers, all of whom did the full race distance. Well done. Well, a nice little reprise of Robert De Haan getting the victory. He looks a little bit happier finishing first than Chris Haanen did finishing second, didn't he? But Chris Haanen's got a second and a third so far. Robert De Haan has got a first and a fourth so far. There's the confirmation. James Igosi, fourth this time out, but second yesterday. Santiago Valve, fifth this time, first yesterday. So those guys in the top 5 really tasting good results yesterday and today. One, if not both days. Surprised to see Lorenzo Cioni drop out of the top 10 down to 13th. The only girl amongst those boys was Mai Sada. Mai Sada in kart number, not sure, she's in 30th place. Let me have a look. Yeah, kart number 40. Kart number 40, Mai Sada. Kui Yampu, 35th of the drivers from the People's Republic of China. By far the least experienced driver, but he finished the full race distance. Well done. Confirmation that our final race of the morning session will see Italian driver Mario Boia on pole position, joined by British lad Johnny Edgar, Kobe Pauwels of Belgium and David Hadrian of France. Hadrian David of France on row 2. Enzo Julie Rick Kern, row 3. The Korean-American Arias Dukmajan on row 4 with Ruben Kuhn of Hungary. And the top 10 completed by Victor Bernier of France and James Wharton of Australia. Outside the top 10, Carl Marcus Say and Jayden Els, row 6. Luca Nurmi and Una Eureka and all finish row 7. Hugh Barter and Ben Doer, row 8. Ashton Torgerson and Rafael Camara, and North America, South America, row 9. Sammy Joe Arbinakal, love saying that name, on row 10. Ziggy Kerman Shashi on row 12 is the younger brother of Taimur Kerman Shashi, racing in one of the senior classes. We're back in the VIP lounge. Race yesterday was won by Victor Bernier. In second place it was Arias Dukmajan. Third place Johnny Edgar. And fourth place the pole sitter Mari Boya. KART-80 that you see in shot there is the pole sitter Mari Boya of Italy. We're scheduled away at 1400 hours, which is about another 5 minutes on the official clock, I think. .51 you're looking at there, cart number 51. That's Luca Mars from the United States. Gave his mum, Jennifer, a lift to the track yesterday when she'd got herself in a situation where she wondered how she was going to get to the track. Cart number 55 that you're looking at there, cart 55, is Tim Melzer from Romania. Ooh, lovely helmet, isn't it? Definitely. Ferrari badge on the back, very, very clear. Let's try and identify who this gentleman is. Just over there in cart 79, that's Rasmus Vendelbo in 79. You can't see him now. Oh, I think it was still Tim Melzer, I think. Tim Melzer from Romania. Okay, action inside the covered assembly area. We're going to be underway in just moments. 78 opposite us there is Chabulis, I think. Let me double check. Yes, Leo Sabulis from Latvia. Well, the lady there on the right with the red and white hat doesn't look over thrilled with the, well, I can't say the action because there's no track action at the moment. Maybe she'll perk up when the track action starts. Mike van Vugt is cart number 60 there that you see, but trying to identify who we are with here. I think it might be Juan Ignacio Tesca of Uruguay. No, it'll be Yuta. It's Yuta Fujiwara of Japan. Oh, and there's clear confirmation, couldn't be any clearer. Well, he looks relaxed, doesn't he? Relaxed 9-year-old, I think he is. Does seem ironic this. We've been behind time because of the slower races at the start when the track was very wet, starting in wet tyres. Then we had a red flag incident and we've had 2 or 3 false starts, but we've caught ourselves up and even having to wait for the last race before lunch. But there we go, we are scheduled away within less than 60 seconds, I promise you. Well done, the marshals. Been a long session, 3¼ hours. The Minimax drivers race a 7-lap race distance. This is Heat 2. A reminder that yesterday the winner was Victor Bernier of France, Arias Dukmijan of United States second, Johnny Edgar of Great Britain third, Mari Boyer, the pole sitter from Italy, fourth, and Luca Nurmi of Finland was in 5th place. Here we go. So, 1 formation lap. Well, these are the youngest drivers we have in Micromax, and if there's one thing that they sometimes struggle with, second youngest drivers in Minimax, and if there's one thing that Micromax and Minimax drivers struggle with, it's approach speed at the start. So we're hoping Micromax is 8, 9 and 10-year-olds. Youngest, but this is one. 10, 11 and 12-year-olds. Mari Boyer on the left from pole position, Johnny Edgar from the right. Johnny Edgar's got a good start. Johnny Edgar may be the driver that edges in front from the outside of the front row. Let's have a look. Yes, 77 Johnny Edgar has got the lead. 77 Johnny Edgar leads. Just behind him is number 80, Mari Boyer. And a good start also by Kobe Pauvels of Belgium. So Johnny Edgar, who finished 4th, was it yesterday? No, 3rd yesterday, in the early lead in this 7-lap Minimax race. Reminder, these guys are 10, 11 or 12 years of age. Oh, and Johnny Edgar in the front, just getting a little bit cross-handed. Glances over his shoulder, no harm done. Let's have a look at this replay at the start. To the left is Mari Boia of Italy. To the right is Johnny Edgar of Great Britain. They're all in the line here, aren't they? And as they set off, Johnny Edgar really got some speed. Mari Boia a little bit indecisive. To the left of your screen, Johnny Edgar from the outside of the front row, just keeping more of the speed on, and that's gained him the advantage, which he still holds now, as you can see. The blue racing suit of Johnny Edgar, Mari Boia of Italy, and Mari Boia bidding to go into the lead, and I think will and does. So Mari Boia, but coming back, Johnny Edgar. Johnny Edgar briefly denied the lead, but back in front at about the 1/4 race distance. So 57 making forward progress there was Enzo Julie of France. Enzo Julie on the screen was 5th, may have moved up a place, although having seen them there, it does still look to be 5th. Here's a move from 4th to 3rd. Is that Arias Dukmejian? Arias Dukmejian, I do believe. KART number 54. Arias Dukmejian in KART number 54 moves up to 3rd on lap 2. And those front three pulled away a little bit. Arias Dukmejian in KART 54 there in the light blue and white suit already put a distance between himself and the 4th place driver, which is 64, was that? 66, Victor Bernier, the winner yesterday. Setting off on lap 3 of a 7-lap race. Johnny Edgar holding the advantage from Mari Boia. Arias Dukmejian, what shall we say, significant 3rd place positioning. Mari Boia looking over his shoulder. Dukmejian very, very hard on Boia's tail now. And was that a move up by Victor Bernier, winner yesterday? I think he has regained a place. And here's a move into 2nd place. And that's Arias Dukmejian going up into 2nd place at the expense of Mari Boia, the pole sitter. That move, of course, has given a little bit of a breather to Johnny Edgar from Great Britain, who pulls himself out into a lead of about, what, 3 kart lengths maybe? Maybe fewer than that, 2 and a portion. This is the start of lap 4. Johnny Edgar leads Arias Dukmejian and Mari Boia 3rd. Kobe Powles of Belgium 4th. Victor Bernier, winner yesterday, is running 5th. Enzo Julie 6th. Rick Cohen 7th. Luca Nurmi 8th. Adrian David 9th. James Wharton leading the top 10 at number 10. And all 36 of them are still running as we're at half race distance, because this will be 3.5 laps. Well, Johnny Edgar's advantage was 0.4 of a second. And he looks to have 2 good kart lengths there, maybe 1 3/4. Coming down towards us on the infield complex now. Into the infield complex, I should have said, when he was coming down towards us. That was on the paddock straight, the paddock you see behind us, behind the screen. So, Johnny Edgar leading Arias Dukmejian as we come round to set off on lap 5. 3 laps to go, 4 gone, 3 to go. Johnny Edgar 1, Arias Dukmejian 2, Mari Boia 3, Victor Bernier, winner yesterday, is up to 4th now. And changes as I'm looking at the track. Johnny Edgar loses the lead and goes back even into 4th place, and I'm a little bit annoyed with myself for having taken my eye off the ball at the critical moment. I think that might be Victor Bernier. Mari Boia also showing there in KART 80 in 3rd place in the red. The red race suit is Mari Boia, yesterday's winner, but he's dropped back now to 4th. Quite clearly, this is Arias Dukmejian and Victor Bernier chasing hard. In fact, there's a front-running 3, if not a front-running 5. Oh, and it's getting a little bit contacty, isn't it? KART 68 66 in the lead as Victor Bernier looking to repeat his win of yesterday. Johnny Edgar is back up to 7th now in kart number 77. Kart number 80, Murray Boyer still showing. 50, he's in 4th place. Arias Dukmijian just splitting them. So as we set off now with 2 to go. Not going to take my eye off the ball this time. Victor Bernier and Johnny Edgar, the front 2. And Johnny Edgar squeezes on the inside, and Victor Bernier trying to get a fast wide sweep, but that hasn't worked. He's taken himself back to 3rd. So Johnny Edgar now leading from Arias Dukmijian. Arias Dukmijian got the advantage, but Johnny Edgar goes tight inside for that. Don't look behind. It's always worth kicking on in these races. What does Ken Walker know about Minimax racing? Shouting instructions to the guy who's leading the race. Very, very strange choice of track positioning. When you've got a big advantage like that, just try and kick away and break the toe. If that can be done, that's... Oh, and there's a move from 3rd to 2nd. No, it's not going to happen, is it? Yes, it does. So, Johnny Edgar leading. Arias Dukmijian in 2nd place. There's 1 lap to go, 1 to go. Who's going to win this one? Johnny Edgar leads from Victor Bernier, the Frenchman. The Frenchman squeezes through on the inside, and the Frenchman leads, and Johnny Edgar now goes back onto the inside, but he's still in 2nd place. Victor Bernier holding the advantage. Johnny Edgar still 2nd. Arias Dukmijian featuring. I never called Enzo Juli's name, but Enzo Juli is there. Enzo Juli in 4th place, I do believe. This is the final lap of these Minimax drivers on Heat 2. A lot of looking behind. Well, is there any chance that Johnny Edgar can get past Victor Bernier? Victor Bernier holding station, looking out all of the way, kart number 66. This is the Frenchman coming in to make it 2 out of 2. Victor Bernier wins for the 2nd time. Johnny Edgar is 2nd. Arias Dukmijian 3rd. Enzo Juli 4th. Rick Kern 5th. Mari Boyer, the pole sitter, 6th. Luca Nurmi, Finland 7th. Kobe Powell's Belgium 8th. James Wharton and Hugh Barter, Australians, in 9th and 10th place. Winner, Victor Bernier. Alors, pour la 2e fois, le vainqueur, Victor Bernier. Victor Bernier. So our last race of the morning, Victor Bernier of France wins it for the 2nd day in succession. 2 starts, 2 wins. Good drive by Johnny Edgar into 2nd place. Arias Dukmijian in 3rd place. 1, 2 and 3, Victor Bernier, Johnny Edgar and Arias Dukmijian. Enzo Juli was 4th, Rick Cohen 5th, Mari Boyer, the pole sitter 6th, Luca Nurmi 7th, Kobe Powell's 8th. 9th, James Wharton from Australia, and another Australian completing the top 10 was Hugh Barter. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our morning's racing. We've had some really, really good racing. Those drivers a little bit further back included Ben Doer, the younger brother of one of the racers from Germany in the senior races. We're going to restart again this afternoon. Just looking at my timings, that's just before 2 o'clock. But don't go away anywhere, because Jenny Wade is going now on a paddock walkabout. There's lots of interest to be seen. Please don't leave us. We're grateful that you've tuned in. Jenny Wade, paddock walkabout, lots to watch. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the 17th edition of the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals, coming to you from Italy. And here we are, beautiful weather, perfect day, on the Circuito International di Napoli in Sarno. Now, today, as you know, first day on track, everybody will take the karts in the kart raffle and see do they have the winning kart for the race this week. In any case, the first thing we need to do is show you around the circuit, the facilities, what's happening where, and we'll keep you posted with that through the week during our live coverage in any case. But right now, everyone's getting ready for the kart raffles, so we're going to come back to this a little later, take a look around. So here we are, the most spectacular view that I always look forward to seeing at this event. And here we have the manufacturers who are supporting the classes in Praga, Sodicart and Biro, in the Rotax Micromax, Minimax, Senior Max, Junior Max, Rotax DD2 and DD2 Masters. So here we are in the main grandstand, right in front of the start-finish line. And of course, right behind me, we have Ken Walker, and he's going to be doing the live coverage, as you know, every year, the voice of the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. And beside Ken, we have Henry, who's doing the on-track commentary. Looking over to our right, we have Timekeeping, who have the best view of the circuit also. And of course, underneath, here we have the race office.
I'm excited, Jen, but I'm a bit apprehensive. We've just had the regular feature that we always have as speakers. Is the mic going to work? The KART-DATA mic always works. But down on the circuit, does the cordless mic work? So I'm in that bit of a jittery moment.
Yeah,
but
I think
it's fun to be here.
I think that's a bit of fun to start it off, and I think I actually saw Henry hide your microphone.
That was good of him.
So this is the area where the karts come in off the track, and also the pre-grid where they leave to go on the track. On the left, we have the tyre and fuel compound and the Parc Fermé behind, and to the right is the weigh-in after the racing. So here we are right in the middle of the manufacturers, and at this moment everyone is trying the seat size so they can start the setup once they get their go-kart. This is really interesting, spectacular, and we're going to take a look inside. So this is the workspace where all the work gets done, all the secret setups, and of course I think some serious conversations about making that go-kart as fast as possible for the racing. Finally, the place where everyone wants to be on Sunday, on the podium.
These presents don't really come for free.
Passa scampanianna pazzuleta, con mano a papà te fa guardare. Tu fa l'americano, americano, americano, senta a me chi t'ho fa. Tu vuoi vivere alla moda, ma se bevi whisky e soda, poi ti senti disturbato. Tu abballo rock and roll, tu gioca a baseball, fai sorte per caramella, ti devi dare la borsetta di mamma. Tu fa l'americano, americano, americano, ma se nati in Italia, senta a me non c'è sta niente a fa. Ok napolitan, tu fa l'American, tu fa l'American, tu fa l'American, tu fa l'American. Fa l'americano, americano, americano, ma se nati in Italia, senta a me non c'è sta niente a fa. Ok napolitan, tu fa l'American, tu fa l'American, whisky e soda e rock and roll, whisky e soda e rock and roll, whisky e soda e rock and roll. Tu fa l'American, tu fa l'American, whisky e soda e rock and roll, whisky e soda e rock and roll, whisky e soda e rock and roll.
Cerco l'estate tutto l'anno e all'improvviso eccola qua. Ehi è partita per le spiagge e sono solo qua su in città. Sento fischiare sopra i tetti un aeroplano che se ne va. Azzurro, il pomeriggio è troppo azzurro e lungo per me. Mi accorgo di non avere più risorse senza di te. E allora io quasi quasi prendo il treno e vengo da te. Il treno dei desideri, dei miei pensieri all'incontrario va. Sembra quando ero all'oratorio con tanto sole tanti anni fa. Quelle domeniche da solo in un cortile a passeggiare. Ora mi annoio più di allora, neanche un prete per chiacchierare. Azzurro, il pomeriggio è troppo azzurro e lungo per me. Mi accorgo di non avere più risorse senza di te. E allora io quasi quasi prendo il treno e vengo da te. Il treno facevo da bambino, ma qui c'è gente, non si può più. Stanno innaffiando le tue rose, non c'è il leone, chissà dov'è. Azzurro, il pomeriggio è troppo azzurro, è lungo per me. Mi accorgo di non avere più risorse senza di te. E allora io quasi quasi prendo il treno e vengo da te. Ma il treno dei desideri, nei miei pensieri all'incontrario va.